tonight to the city championship basketball game played tonight at Stayton High School between Medical Eye and Emery & Sons Construction. Going into this ball game, Emery & Sons, the undefeated team, and looking very tough. Should be an excellent ball game. They barely eked out the victory against Medical Eye on Tuesday night here in the same arena, and it was a whale of a ball game, and it's my pleasure to bring you the action tonight. I'm Dave Stomba, and I'll be your call-by-call broadcast tonight. Working alongside of me, to my right, former player, member of this team in years past, now in retirement, wearing the old number 32. Great sports-minded fan in the Salem, Willamette Valley area, Greg Eide. Greg, welcome to the program. Good to have you with us tonight.
Thank you very much, Dave. It's a pleasure to be here.
And also joining us tonight from Salem comes a former player of this team, also in retirement, Mr. Jim Buckendorf. Jim, pleasure to have you working alongside of us tonight also.
Thanks, Mr. Stombaugh. This ought to be a very exciting game. Two of the best teams in the league. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, we'll be back in just a minute with the starting lineups and the play-by-play, and we'll have a short interview with my fellow colleagues here in just 60 seconds. Now here's Greg with the starting lineups.
Starting at center for Emery & Son, 6'9", number 35, Jim Sheeler. Starting at forward, number 40, Archie Manning. Starting at the other forward, the power forward position, number 44, Terry T.B. Burkholz. Starting at guards, number 20, Don Von Weller, and number 22, Jeff Purcells.
Okay, thank you very much, Greg. We're about ready for tip-off. Starting for Medical Eye in the center, number 41, Greg Drews. The other, one of the forwards, number 33, Dave Williams. The other forward, number 15, Mike Stevenson. The guards are number 3, Harold McAllister. There's the whistle for the tip-off, and the other starter is number 20, Dennis Stevenson. Emery & Sons on tip-off, and they get the ball, they control it, and then it's over and back, goes to Medical Eye. Number 20, Stevenson puts up a shot from 15, doesn't go. Rebound, Sheeler. Outlets over to Von Weller. Weller at the top of the key, looking for Manning. Stops at the free throw line. Dribbles to the right side. Purcell shoots. 18-footer, good. 2 points, and Emery & Son takes the lead 2-0. Medical Eye brings the ball up the court now. Number 3, Harold McAllister. Pass off to number 15, Mike Stevenson. Drives the baseline, leaves the ball underneath for number 33, but he can't get it. Von Weller steals it, but can't control it. The ball goes out of bounds. Still Medical Eye's ball. Mike Stevenson passes off to underneath to his brother. Stops, fakes, can't shoot. Good defense underneath by Purcells. Still with the ball now. What number is that, Jim?
20.
Number 20, right. Dennis Stevenson, thank you. McAllister stops, top of the key. Can't shoot, drives a little bit longer to the side of the baseline. Puts it up, no good. Rebound, Purcell. Purcell out to Burkholz. Burkholz slows it up now. Pass off to Von Weller. Von Weller way out in front. McAllister on him, drives to the left side. Can't see it. Inside to Manning. Manning on the baseline. Turns around, spins to the bucket, lays it up. Doesn't go. Gets his own rebound. Still doesn't go, and he's fouled inside.
23, Dave Williams.
Foul on number 33, Dave Williams. Manning to the line. He'll shoot 2, Millard Bates says, one of the officials tonight. Manning's first shot is up. Rattles around, but goes home. Emery & Sons 3. Medical Eye, nothing. Here's the second now by Manning. Puts it up. Hits the front rim, no good. Bounces to the right. Medical Eye's got the rebound. McAllister brings the ball up. Von Weller on through the Cyclops. Top of the key. Still with the ball. Drives to the left. Stops. Now Von Weller playing good defense on him. Pass over to Mike Stevenson. Mike Stevenson from the free throw line. Just like that. Right through the bucket. 3-2. Emery & Sons. Von Weller brings the ball up. Top of the key. He's the quarterback tonight, and they're missing a good one in Dorsey Smith. Pass over to Manning. Manning lets one go from about 12. Swish! Just like that. Medical Eye can't stop him there from that shot. He puts it in. It's 5-2. Mike Stevenson passes underneath. He's got a reverse lay-in to his buddy, number 41, Greg Drews. He can't hit it. Manning pulls down the rebound. Brings the ball up the court as they only have one guard out there. He loses it. Scramble for the ball on the floor. Number 20 tipped it off from Dennis Stevenson. It'll be Emery's ball. Von Wellard inbounds. Back to Manning, way out front. Manning can't do it. Really lacking in guard position tonight without Dorsey Smith, huh, Greg?
Yeah, Dorsey's one of the tougher guards in the league, but he's part-time coach of a team that's in the state tournament over in Pendleton, Oregon, in the eastern side of the state.
And they're definitely hurting without him right there, as that ball was stolen away by McAllister, and he went the full length of the floor and laid it in. 4-5. Now Emery still leads it. Von Weller brings the ball up court. We had a little razzle-dazzle going on while we were talking there, but Purcell's underneath the Sheeler. Sheeler bottled up, tries to drive. He's fouled in there, but no call. He raises his hands in disgust at the referee. No call. Medical Eye's got the rebound. Mike Stevenson's got it. He passes over to McAllister. McAllister way out to the left side. Von Weller on him. Looking inside. Can't get anybody inside. Finally has to drop the ball off to Greg Drews. Drews over to Mike Stevenson. Drives the baseline. Stops. Puts up a jumper. Doesn't go. Tipped in. Number 33 underneath the basket. Tipped it up and it rolled around and dropped in. Dave Williams. And the home squad, Medical Eye, leads at 6-5. Burkholz underneath the Manning on the baseline. Rolls inside, puts the ball up. He's fouled. I think they're going to count that bucket. What is it? They count that bucket, Jim?
Yeah, they sure did.
Good. Couldn't tell from here, but he made a good inside move, turned around, spun away, and rolled it in for Archie Manning. That's 5 for Archie Manning tonight. He's at the line to finish off. 3-point play, hits the rim and doesn't go. Ooh, tough break there. Well, one of the keys we discussed before the game, Buckendorf, Mr. Buckendorf, was that one of the key factors was going to be how good Archie Manning would do. You're a good friend of his and know that situation. Just give us a brief idea of what's happened to Archie this year.
Well, he's been having back trouble, and recently he's injured his knee. So I think he's only about 85% tonight.
Well, he's looking like he's playing pretty good tonight, and I know last Tuesday night he had a key game and contributed around 20 points for him, and when they won that ball game there, and that was a key game for him then. Okay, Bucky, we're back to some hot and heavy action here. Von Weller just scores for Emery and Sons, puts him in the lead at 9-6, and then Mike Stevenson came back and bombed one from the outside, and he made it 9-8, and now Von Weller brings the ball back up court, and boy, the action is fast and furious here tonight, gentlemen. Von Weller bombs one from outside, and it went, and Emery and Sons leads at 11-8. There's a shot by Medical Eye, won't go. Von Weller's got the rebound underneath. He brings the ball up court all by himself. Long pass underneath. Had a breaking Sheeler going to the bucket. Just missed him off the fingertips. Tough play, folks. That looked good. Tried for the alley-oop. Just rolled off the big fella's fingers inside. We got a substitution into the game for Medical Eye. Number 42 comes into the ball game, Tim Yantis. And number 44, Kip Kaufman, also in the ball game for Medical Eye. Here's over to Tim Yantis. Inside pass stolen by Manning. Manning outlets to Purcell. Purcell drives the ball up the court. Way out to the right. He can't do anything. He has to stop, hold it up, pass off to Manning. Manning dribbles the ball down in the corner. He's way down in the corner. Lob pass inside for Sheeler. Tries to pivot. Runs into number 41, Greg Drews, who strips the ball from him and steals it away. Here's Mike Stevenson underneath. He's back out to Yantis. Yantis tries a cross-court pass. It's tipped away by Sheeler, but goes into the hands of Greg Drews. Now Greg Drews drops the ball back off for Mike Stevenson. Back out to the new fella in the ball game, Chip Kaufman. He puts up a shot, doesn't go. We got a scramble underneath. Foul. Von Weller's got him on the arm, holding on the rebound. We had a substitute coming in. Buck, who was it? I didn't catch it.
That was Hindi coming in for Manning.
Okay, Hindy's in for Manning.
little rest.
That's one thing that the Emery and Sons boys are going to have to watch as to whether his stamina, how well he holds out. Remember, he's only played a few ball games here since coming back, and that could be a key factor tonight.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big factor. I think if Arch gets things going, I think that's the key for that Emery and Sons team this year.
Very good observation. Thank you very much for that. Medical Eye's got the ball underneath the basket. Pass off to Yantis, and he bounds one from about 14 on the baseline, puts it through. 11-10, Emery's leads. Henley over to Burkholz now. Burkholz to Purcell. Purcell into the key, gets the ball tipped away. It's going to be Emery and Sons' ball. That ball was tipped away from Purcell, I believe it was, from behind. We've got also into the ball game for Emery now, number 45, Chet Bunny. Burkholz inbounds, way lob pass cross court to Purcell. He puts one up from about 19, rattles around the rim, doesn't go. Rebound, 42, which is Tim Yantis. He drives the full length of the court, stops, scrambled for the ball underneath, and ball was loose for a minute. Burkholz fouled him, going for the loose ball. At least they're showing some good aggressive play in there tonight. Pretty tight yet out there in the early goings.
Yes, I think the fans are going to really enjoy this number 45 Chet Bunny. He's one of the old timers in the league. Can really put it up from downtown.
You played with him back when you were in your playing day, didn't you, Greg?
Yes, I did. He had a little bit of a knee problem there. He was pretty much prohibited, but I think he's pretty much getting over that now, and he should put him up from way out.
Well, while we were away there, Medical Eye inbounded the ball underneath after that foul on Burkholz. They fed the ball to Tim Yantis. He put it up and went through for the bucket. And Medical Eye leads at 12-11. Here's Purcell with the ball way in the corner now. Outlet pass way out front to Bunning. Bunning to Burkholz over to the free throw line. Jumper hits the back of the rim, bounces off. Sheeler's got the rebound, puts it back up. Two, just like that. He kissed the glass and it dropped in for him. Big Jim Sheeler, 6'9", grabbed that rebound, put it back up and in. Good play. Here comes Medical Eye. Mike Stevenson over to number 42. Is that Tim Yantis, the new fellow? We haven't seen much of him, so bear with us here on this one. Here's a pass inside for Yantis, stolen away by Burkholz. Burkholz gives the ball to Purcell. Kind of high pass, but he controls it now. Medical Eye putting on a press. They're having a hard time getting the ball up court. Here's Bunning with the ball now. Drives it over the center line. Lob pass. Oh, the alley-oop to Sheeler inside from Bunning. Beautiful play, Bucky. He really came driving up the ball floor hard. He laid that ball up. Beautiful alley-oop pass for two by Sheeler. 15-12. Emery leads. Stevenson to Drews. Drews over to Yantis. Yantis to the free throw line. Can't shoot. And got a traveling call there. Tried to go for the fake, and Terry Burkholz just didn't go for that fake, and he got hung up in the air and couldn't do anything with that ball. It was a good call. After that turnover, Emery and Sons inbounds the ball. Bunning over to Purcell. Purcell from the corner of the free throw line. Can't get it off the glass. Rebound, Yantis. Yantis is playing a fine ball game. Didn't start from tonight. Here's Mike Stevenson, about 15-footer from the corner. Popped it in. Medical Eye now just trails by one, 15-14. When we've got a minute 55 left in the first quarter. Bunning bringing the ball up court. Passes to Henley down in the corner. Henley drives back up to the front. Burkholz from about 14 on the left side. Doesn't get it. Long rebound off the rim. Taken off by Mike Stevenson. Medical Eye's got a chance to pull into the lead.
Yeah, Dave, I believe one of the key points of the game thus far should be the defensive job Terry Burkholz is doing on young Mike Stevenson. As most of you in the Willamette Valley know, Mike was one of the leading scorers in the OCCAA division, and I feel Terry Burkholz is doing an outstanding job on him. He's got exceptional leaping ability for a guard.
Very true, and we'll be watching that down through the ball game. That is a very key matchup. Thanks for bringing that to our attention, Greg. While you were mentioning that, number 44 for Medical Eye, Kip Kaufman put in about a 8-foot jumper and put the Medical Eye boys ahead. Here's Emery and Sons bringing the ball back up court now. And Henley takes a shot from about 8, short off the front rim, rebound Mike Stevenson. Stevenson to Kaufman. And Kaufman, we got a new fella in the ball game here. He's over. There's a pass underneath to Yantis. Yantis puts it up. Doesn't go. Tip in Kaufman. He's got it. Kaufman tipped it in. Here comes Emery and the Sons, bringing the ball up court. It's Manning. Manning lobs pass inside to Sheeler. Sheeler tries to pivot around, can't get it. Has to pass out to Purcell. Purcell can't get it into Henley. Henley puts one up, doesn't go. Middle lies on a breakaway. 3-on-1. Stop! Gives the ball right to Bunning. 3-on-1. Oh, we got a 3-on-1 break, and here comes Bunning hustling back down on defense, and Mike Stevenson went to drop the ball off for his partner there, and dropped it right in the hands of Bunning, and he was so surprised he traveled with the ball, but looked like a questionable call from our position.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think the referee anticipated that call, Dave.
A little anticipation possibly by the referees on that one. Still medicalized balls that went out of bounds. And Mike Stevenson from about 18. He looked sweet on that one, didn't he? And Medical Eye now has opened up a 20-15 lead here with just 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Henley. Henley goes for a little drive down the lane. He's fouled in there. Number 44, Kip Kaufman. How many fouls is that on Kaufman? That should be just his first foul on Kaufman. And be non-shooting foul as Henley was just dribbling the ball across the middle. Emery's ball underneath. Purcell way out on the left side now on the inbounds pass. We're down to 11. He's still got the ball. Drives. Purcell up off the glass. Shoots. He's fouled. He'll go to the line this time for 2. I'm sure he was in the act of shooting. That foul was on 44, I believe. Kip Kaufman got him on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Percy at the line. He made the first of 2. Here's the second one up. It's in. He's got 8 seconds left. 20-17. Here's a pass down court by Medical Eye way in the corner. Number 42, 3, 2. He's got it at the buzzer. Number 42, Tim Yantis hit about a 20-footer. 1 second left on the clock, and that baby ripped right through the twine. And they've got a 5-point lead right here, 22-17, and we're done with 1 quarter.
As you might notice, Emery and Son with about 2 minutes to go was up by 2 or 3 points, but Terry Burkles, a young man I was mentioning, was doing an outstanding defensive job on Mike Stevenson. Went out for a breather, and the young kid from Stayton just ran wild.
We're ready to start the second quarter, and there's the tip. Sheeler tips the ball to Manning, and Emery's controls. Manning drops the ball off for Purcell. Wide open, 9-footer's good. Purcell, good play by Manning. He drove down to the low like he was going to drive the baseline, stopped, pivoted around, and looked like he was going to drive to the basket and let the ball off Purcell. Everybody claps on Manning. He's wide open for a 9-footer, and he put it down, and just like the NBA. Medical Eye, over to Drews. Drews from the... Drews from the free throw line. Didn't get it, but number 44, Kip Kaufman, who's had a well of a ball game so far early in the game, tipped that ball in, and Medical Eye by 5. Here's Henley, short off the front rim, tipped out of bounds, and off number 42, and that's Tim Yantis, so it'll be Emery's ball. Hendy inbounds to Sheeler right back to Hendy. Hendy dropped about a 12-footer just inside the free throw line, straight in, rolls around, and drops through. Hendy's got 4 points in the ball game. 24-21, Medical Eye leads. Medical Eye puts up a shot, doesn't go. Quickly, Bunning's got it, now drives down all by himself. Now waits for help. Here comes Manny down the lane, puts up a shot, rejected underneath, stop, gets his own rebound, puts it up again. He's fouled in there by Yantis. And that was a good second effort by Archie on that ball coming down the lane.
Yeah, it's getting real physical in there. This is a big game for both teams. The Medical Eye's got outstanding leaping ability, and I just don't think Emery and Son is doing the job they should blocking them off the boards.
Well, it definitely would seem to benefit the Emery boys if the game did get physical. I think these boys are a little more physical, but here it's still early in the ball game to tell. Here's Manning at the line, and he canned both of those free throws at the line. It's 24-23 now. Emery's within 1. Medical Eye brings the ball up the court. Number 12 in the ball game, Mark Peters, passes off to Mike Stevenson. Mike Stevenson drives the lane, and he's fouled going up. 36 in there. Hendy got Mike Stevenson as he was, that's Dennis Stevenson. Excuse me, Dennis Stevenson driving the lane. He was fouled by Hendy. He'll go to the line for 2. Here's the first one. It's up, and it's in the bucket. 25-23. Now he'll take the second. Right through, 26-23. Sheeler inbounds to Bunning. Bunning seems to me Emery is really hurting in the ball handling position, and I think this is the story of telling the toll is being told when they're missing Dorsey. Here's a pass underneath from Sheeler to Hindy, tipped out of bounds by Medical Eye. Emery and Sons will inbound underneath. Manning throws the ball in, tries to lob it into Hindy, can't get it in, it's stolen away by Kaufman. Kip Kaufman passes to Dennis Stevenson. Stevenson back to Kip Kaufman. Kaufman puts a fake and a juke on Sheeler and goes up and scores off the baseline. 28-23. Bunning with the ball. Top of the key. Drives on himself inside. Free throw line. Stop. Pass off to Hindy. Hindy drives. Going for the layup. Checked out of bounds. Head though.
No, I don't know.
That was one of the first times we've seen anybody really, for Emery and Sons, take the ball and drive to the middle. They've been getting good little jump shots from the baseline. And speaking about jump shots, there's about a 4 or 5 foot turnaround jumper by Manning that drops. So they're getting the good short shots, but they're not getting any penetration, and that's what seems to be hurting them right now. Here's Drews from outside, way off the mark. Glass, that's all. Manning's got the ball, brings it up all by himself, stops, feeds off the Bunning. Bunning puts it up. Doesn't go, but he's fouled. Beautiful layoff by Manning. Manning took that ball off the glass, drove the full length of the floor, going down, barreling full head of steam down the right side, like he was going to lay it up, and brought the defender to him, and then he dropped the ball off to Bunning, and Bunning was just crushed by the second man coming back. In fact, I didn't even catch who that foul was on.
Mike Stevenson.
Mike Stevenson. Oh, that's a critical foul. Mike, he's one of the better ball players out there, and I don't know how many fouls he has, but if he got into foul trouble, that'd be devastating, I think, for the Medical Eye team. Bunning at the line for 2. His first one's up, good. 28-26. Medical Eye leads. His second one's up, and it's in. 28-27. We've got 7:38 left in the second quarter. Medical Eye, Mike Stevenson off to Dennis Stevenson. Dennis Stevenson puts up a little jump shot, kind of a push jumper. Doesn't go. Rebound Burkholz. Burkholz out left to Bunning. Bunning down the court. Tipped away from behind by number 12, Mark Peters. Good play as Mark Peters hustling back on defense. Tipped that ball away. Emery and Sons ball underneath. Here's the feed in. Manning way out on the left side in the corner. Looking for somebody to pass to. Now out to Bunning. Top to the right. Henley. They go right around. Key to Burkholz, back to Henley, now over to Purcell's, in the corner on the left side, stops, drops up to Bunning, Bunning drives the left side, puts up a little jump shot, off the rim, no good, rebound, Kaufman. Kaufman's playing a good ball game for coming off the bench, and he's got 5 or 6 rebounds in there, don't have the figure right here in front of me, but he's doing a well of a job. Number 41 drives from Medical Eye, can't get it, lays it up and in. On the rebound was number 42, Tim Yantis. So Yantis scores on the rebound. Good tip in there. Bunning to Manning, way off on the right side. Lob pass inside, over the head of Burkholz and tipped into the hands of Mike Stevenson. Mike Stevenson brings up the ball now. To the right side, number 41. Who's that young guy? Greg Cruz, number 41. I believe this is the first time I've seen Greg Cruz in the ball game. He put up a jumper from the right side in the corner, and that baby went right through. And Medical Eye is back up by 5, 32-27, and we've got timeout on the floor. Emery and Sons down by 5, 6:24 left in the second quarter.
I think the conditioning is becoming pretty apparent now, Dave. In the last 2 minutes, Medical Eye's just been streaking up and down the floor, and the Emery and Sons just seem like they're stepping half behind. Noticed Archie Manning in particular, he got a little bit tired and made a motion to the referee that he'd like a timeout and let those guys catch their breath.
Good observation, Greg. Oh, that's one of the keys that we want to be watching tonight is that conditioning of the Emery and Sons. Some of these ball players out here have been facing injuries and haven't played a lot of ball, and we're particularly talking about Archie tonight. And if he's going to play a lot of minutes, it's going to be important that he spend his time on the bench, which, so he can really catch his wind and be beneficial to the team. There we go. We're ready to start action up here. 6:20 left in the second quarter. Von Weller's in for Emery and Sons now, and he brings the ball up the court. What was that, Jim?
I was just going to comment that we got 2 new ball players in the game now, and maybe Von Weller will do a little drive and get a little penetration in under the basket there.
This is what I think their Emery and Sons have been lacking. There's a pass to Sheeler. Sheeler lays it up, doesn't go, rolls around the rim. And on the rebound, Medical Eye grabbed the rebound, but on the outlet pass he traveled. So we'll have Emery's ball. Here's the inbound pass. Henley down in the left corner now. Drives, stops from the left corner, puts it up off the rim, no good. Bounces off, long rebound, gets his own rebound. He's trapped in the corner. Trapped in the corner, and he double teamed down there, tried to lob the ball back out front, and it was blocked out of bounds by number 30. And we don't have number 30 listed on our roster for Medical Eye. Does anybody know who number 30 is? We'll have to try to research that up for you. Number 30. There's an inbounds pass from Von Weller. Von Weller to Von Weller. He turns around, puts up a jump shot, doesn't go. Bounce up around the rim, goes out of bounds. Medical Eye's ball. Mike Stevenson brings up the ball for Medical Eye. Pass over to number 30, and we don't know his name yet. We're looking it up. Here's a pass from 30 into Kaufman. Kaufman drives down the left side, can't get it. Rebound, 15. Stevenson puts it up. He can't get it. And then in the scramble for the ball underneath, we got another foul into there. 41 pushing off on the rebound, so we've got in all that confusion, we had a foul there on number 41, and waiting to see, and yes, Emery and Sons will now be in the bonus for this quarter here. Leading scorers on the team, Manning shooting about 3 for 7, 6 points, and 3 for 6 at the line, so he's got total really 9 points. Sheeler's got 4 points. Weller's got 3 points, 4 points, excuse me. Hindy's got 2 points. Purcell's got 4. Chet's got 8. Okay, here we go. Sheeler makes 2 free throws at the line. Medical Eye's ball. They bring the ball down court, and number 41 goes up for the shot, doesn't get it. Push off on the rebound. 41, as he was going for his own shot, pushed off, and we've got Terry Borkholz, I believe, going to the line for Emery and Sons. Right now, our score with 5:07 left in the second quarter is Medical Eye 32, Emery and Sons 29. Borkholz has a chance to bring him within 1 right here, 1-1. His first shot up. He's got it. Borkholz, 32-30. Here's the second shot. Miller Bates counting it off. Boom, he drops it through. 32-31. Medical Eye brings in the ball with Stevenson bringing it up. Pass off to, Mark Peters, number 30. He's changed uniforms. We had him listed as number 12, but now he's in the ball game with number 30. Okay, there's Peters. He shoots one from about 12 off the rim, no good. And Sheeler's got the rebound. Sheeler passes off to Burkholz. Burkholz goes the whole length of the lane, lays it up, but it doesn't go, but he's fouled as he drives the lane. Good outlet pass. Sheeler to Burkholz, streaking down the middle. Drove the middle, laid it up. Ball went around the rim, but dropped out. But he'll go to the line. He's fouled in there. And a minute ago, I mentioned that Mark Peters had changed his jersey. I'm sorry, I made a mistake about that. It's Randy Peters into the ball game wearing number 30. Mark Peters, still number 12. Number 30 wasn't on our roster when we started. Burkholz to the line, puts it up the first one, good, and he ties up the ball game 32-32. He's got a chance to put Emery and Sons ahead right here. Here's the second one. Off the front rim, rattles around, but drops it home. 33-32. Emery and Sons leads by 1 right now. Here comes Mike Stevenson. Stevenson passes off to Chuck Amesbury. Amesbury is in the ball game. Amesbury, Tip Kaufman, back to Mark Peters. Underneath to Amesbury, he scores. Nope, passed off. He dropped that ball off to Mike Stevenson, and he laid it in for the score. 34-33, Medical Eye. Von Weller brings the ball up for Emery and Sons now. Left side in the corner. Lob pass to Sheeler. Sheeler tried to dish it back off to a breaking Von Weller. Stolen away by Mike Stevenson. Stevenson drops the ball off to Mark Peters. Mark Peters off to Amesbury. Amesbury from the right side and drops it through just like that. Swish. And we've got a ball game, 36-33 now. Medical Eye leads. Burkholz inbounds to Von Weller. Von Weller brings the ball up the court. Back to Burkholz. Burkholz back to Von Weller. Top of the key. Von Weller dribbling way out front. Drops the ball off for Hindi. Hindi on the right baseline. Puts up a shot. No good. Off the front rim. Rebound. There's a long outlet pass. 44, Kip Kaufman. He scores, and it's 38-33. And the Emery boys are getting blitzed out of the court right now on 2 fast breaks in a row here.
Still not getting any penetration from the guards for Emery and Sons.
There's a good shot by Burkholz. Burkholz brings the ball all the way up the court, stops, puts a about 8-foot jumper, and it's good. 38-35.
See, one problem out there, Dave, is that Emery and Sons relying on some pretty tough shots dropping to even stay close in this game. They seem to be a step and a half behind, as I mentioned earlier. I've seen a few of them walking up and down the court at times.
Well, I've noticed that a little bit too. They're putting up some pretty hard shots and not having real good rebounding strength underneath. They're positioned to go with it most of the time. There's Manning, puts up a soft push shot from 15. He's got it. 38-37. Manning makes it. Emery and Sons now down by 1. Medical Eye brings the ball up court. Here's a jump shot by number 41 from the right corner. He's got it. 40-37. Medical Eye. Emery and Sons back up the court. What a pace, folks. What a pace. Here's Hindi with the ball. Tries to pass it inside of Sheeler, but tipped away, kicked away in there by number 30, Randy Peters. Randy Peters now. And here we haven't seen Mike Stevenson in the ball game, or excuse me, Dennis Stevenson. We haven't seen much of Dennis Stevenson in this quarter in the ball game. He's now checking in and coming into the ball game. What kind of factor is that going to be for the Medical Eye? That should be a lift for them. Refreshed, not too tired. He should be able to maybe spark them right here.
Yeah, I think he's going to be playing the big guard position. He's a big kid for that job, and he's going to make it awfully tough on Jeff Purcell.
Okay, Emery and Sons inbounds the ball underneath to Sheeler. Sheeler to Purcell. Purcell left side. He's got it from about 10. Purcell jump shot makes it 40-39. Medical Eye by 1. Mike Stevenson brings the ball up to the right side. Oh, all alone underneath. Number 40 blew the lay-in. Number 42 all alone underneath. Beautiful lob pass from Mike Stevenson to Tim Yantis, and he blew the lay-in. Sheeler with the rebound. And Emery and Sons still can't capitalize. They put up a shot. It's off. No good. Now we got Mark Peters in the board. Number 20. Dennis Stevenson driving to the lane. He's fouled in there by Sheeler. That ball didn't go, but boy, just a minute ago, Emery and Sons dodged the bullet when they had all alone a Mike Yantis, or Tim Yantis, all alone underneath the basket. Beautiful lob pass, and he missed the basket, and what an opportunity that could have been there.
Yeah, as you see, they're bringing a fresh Dennis Stevenson off the bench. He misses about a 5-footer, but he's got the energy to go back up, get it, and put it back in, and he's fouled.
And on top of it, he made them both and makes the score 43-39. Medical Eye by 4. Here's Emery and Sons. Who made that? Here's Emery and Sons back the other way. Purcell puts up a jumper and he hits it. 43-41. And the action is fast and furious. I'm having a hard time keeping up, but Medical Eye goes down, takes up a shot. Didn't go. I didn't see who shot it, but Von Weller got the rebound. He was fouled underneath there by number 13 for Medical Eye, Chuck Amesbury. So Von Weller now with Emery and Sons in the bonus goes to the line for 1-and-1. He can tie this ball game up. We're down to 1:18 left in the ball game, and time already seems to be sliding by. Or in the first half, excuse me. Von Weller puts up the first free throw. He's got it. Here's the second on the way. He's got that one. 43-43. Tie ball games. Von Weller's got 6 points in the ball game. Amesbury brings the ball up the court, way off to the right side. Denny Peterson to Mike Peterson underneath, and had him open for a minute, but by the time he got the ball there, it was too late. Here comes Burkholz up at the end, stops at the top of the key. Just like that, Burkholz brings the ball up, stops top of the key, and let it rip. 45-43. Emery's in the lead first time, and that's it. How many points for Burkholz in the ball game? 8 points for Burkholz in the ball game. Here's Mike Stevenson. Pass over to Amesbury. Amesbury way out in front, top of the key to Dennis Stevenson, left side. Dennis Purcell's on him, playing good defense. Here's Drew. Drew driving down the middle, stops, feeds off to Mike Stevenson. Stevenson, a twisting jumper from about 12, and he's got it. 45-45. 24 seconds left in the ballgame. Purcell now, what are they going to do? Play for one? In the first half, excuse me again. Von Weller out to Burkle. Looks like they're going to play for one. Here's a pass to Hindi. Hindi drives. Nobody picked him up. He scored. Just like that. Looked like they're going to play for one. 6 seconds left. 5. Long pass down court. Amesbury way out in the left corner. Doesn't go. Rebound to Hindi, and there's the half. First half is over. What action? I can't believe it. I can't keep up with it. This is one of the finer ball games we've seen of the year. Action up and down the court. The team is just pushing the ball, pushing it up, pushing it up. We've had many, many shots. We'll be back with you in a few minutes with some stats. And our halftime score here, Emery and Sons 47, Medical Eye 45. We'll be back in just 40 seconds. We're back here at halftime. Once again, our score at halftime, 47 for Emery and Sons, 45 for Medical Eye. And Greg, bring us up to date on a few of the stats we've got here.
Okay, leading scorer for Emery and Son at the half is Archie Manning on 4 for 8 from the field, 2 for 5 from the line. Jeff Purcell comes in second with 10 on a 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line. Terry Burkholz, 8 points at the half on 2 for 5 shooting from the field, 4 for 4 from the line. Got 2 tied with 6 points, Don Von Weller and Jim Sheeler. Sheeler on 2 for 6 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, and Von Weller 2 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line. Dan Henderson chipped in 4 points and 2 for 7 from the field. Chet Bunny, the one that can score from downtown, just got off 4 shots and didn't hit one. That's a very key statistic in the first half. The inability of Chet Bunny to hit from downtown. Might point out that Emery and Son did shoot 15 for 18 from the free throw line for an 8:33 clip. Leading rebounders from Emery and Son in the first half was Big Jim Sheeler with 6, Archie Manning with 5, Terry Burkholz with 4.
Excuse me, Greg. One thing that I have seemed to notice, that free throw shooting percentage is just outstanding, and that seems to be the difference in the ball game. Emery and Sons are pumping up a lot of what seems to be tough shots, and they aren't dropping, but they're getting the luck of the foul and hitting them. And 15 for 18 for 8:33. That's remarkable shooting on the foul line.
That is fantastic for any level of ball. I feel that that's the only thing keeping. Well, in fact, it's put him in the lead is their ability to hit the front end of the 1-and-1 free throw.
Well, it should be a very, very exciting second half, so stay tuned with us. We're just 5 seconds away from tip-off on the second half of the Stayton City Championship. Here we go. We're getting ready for a second half tip-off. Here we'll break for a commercial.
Hey there, where are you going with all that beer?
Well, Earl here says we're going to Oregon.
Oregon? Didn't you know that Oregon's the home of the Henry Wine Arts Private Reserve?
Well, Earl here says that the reason we're coming is they don't have enough beer, but we got too much beer in California.
Well, I think you better turn right on head back to California with that big truck full of beer.
You want to try Idaho, Earl?
Emery and Sons controls the tip. Pass off to Manning. Manning, boom! Right off the bat, Manning hits one just like that. And puts Emery and Sons out in the lead. Emery and Sons got the ball now again. With a little delay action, we missed some of the action. Here's Manning again. He's got another one. Emery and Sons. Medical Eye brings the ball up court now. Here's Stevenson off to Dennis Stevenson. Dennis Stevenson back to Mike. He puts one up. He's got it. Bunning for Emery and Sons brings the ball up court. He stops, shoots, no good. Rebound. Manning's got the ball, brings it back outside, and now to Sheeler. Sheeler to Purcell at the top of the key. Purcell to Bunning, way out on the left side. Bunning can't hit another one. Bunning's having a cold night, and that could be a key later on, whether he gets his touch back. He missed that shot. Here's Drew checked underneath by Sheeler. What a check underneath. Drew's the big number, the center, big number 30, threw 53 was driving, and Sheeler just checked that ball right up. Here's the pass to Burkholz going down court, puts up a shot, partially blocked. Dennis Stevenson rebounds, takes the ball out of there. Here we go with McAllister. McAllister puts up a long jumper. It doesn't go. Purcell's got the rebound. And the action's fast and furious here right off the bat in the second half. Here's a long pass down court to Manning. Manning out on the left side of the corner. Over to Bunning. Bunning to Purcell. Purcell cross court pass way over to Manning in the corner. Back to Bunning. Purcell to the right corner of the free throw line. No good. Rebound Sheeler. Right side stop. 8-footer. Good. Sheeler's got 53-49 to the right side. Big Jim Sheeler rebound that ball, turn around, pivot, put it back up. We got 6:47 left in the ball game. Emery and Sons 3, Medical Eye 49. Here's Dennis Stevenson, jump shot, no good. Manning's got the boards. Outlet pass to Purcell. Purcell stops, drives down the middle. He's fouled right out in front. Just like that, Dennis Stevenson reached out, grabbed him. Purcell stopped him for a fast break, land field, take the ball out of bounds. Emery and Sons inbounds. Burkholz to Manning. Manning to Bunning out top. Bunning over to Purcell's on the right side. Inside to Sheeler. Sheeler turns around, no good off the back rim. Rebound McAllister. McAllister brings the ball up court. Looking window stops. Tipped away by Manning. Recovered by McAllister again. McAllister into the corner to number 14. Number 41, Greg Drews. He can't get it. And tries to pass inside to Mike Stevenson. Tipped away out of bounds. It'll be Medical Eye's ball. Here's an inbound pass to Mike Stevenson, way out in the left corner. Oh my goodness, he let one rip way outside. That must have been about 20-25 feet out there on that left corner, and he ripped the nets. 53-51. Emery leads it now. Here's Manning with the ball out in the left corner, deep. They're spreading it out, slowing it down, seems like. Here's Purcell inside, off the glass, no good. Rebound in there by Coughlin, and then they're running the ball now. McAllister drives the ball up court, stop, puts up a lay-in, doesn't go. Rebounded by Greg Drews. Drews out front to Mike Stevenson, off the rim, no good. Rebound! Oh my goodness sakes, saved by Purcell. Purcell saved that ball underneath to Medical Eye's basket, tipped it in right to Stevenson, and he laid it in. Dennis Stevenson. Tie ball game, 53, and you probably heard the announcer here at the Stayton gym in the background. Here's Burkholz now for Emery and Sons. Lets one go for about 15, no good. Manny's got the rebound, can't shoot. The Bunning outside. Bunning got his first one of the night. Bunning from the top of the key hits one, and that was nice. And that's good to see, Greg. Bunning got on the board. That's his first shot in about 8 attempts, and they needed that one right here.
They need him from downtown. They're having a lot of trouble working in over the Medical Eye guy, Medical Eye big man, because he's so much better shape with a lot more leaping ability.
There's a little turnaround jump shot by Dennis Stevenson. He's really going to town in there as he hits a turnaround jumper. We're tied up again. We got 4:22 left in the ball game. Bunning now out to Purcell, way out to the left side, underneath to Manning. Manning rolls to the hoop, goes to lay it in. He's got it in over the front rim. Oh, that was real good muscle shot. Manning is working hard in there. He's putting out good effort tonight for the Emery and Sons, and this is a big key, and this is why they're in the lead. Here's Mike Stevenson. Drops the ball off for Drews. Drews lets one rip from 8. He's got it. Just like that. We are seeing a ball game. 57-57. We've got 3:56 left in the ball game, and we got a timeout right here by Emery and Sons.
Emery.
Okay, we got to do it. Emery and Sons inbounds the ball. Hendy way out the right side to Bunning out. Pass back to Hendy. Hendy inside to Manning. Manning whips the ball to Bunning. Bunning! Got another one. That's 2 in a row from Bunning, and that's a good sign. The Emery boys need that good shooting from Bunning. He puts him up in the lead, 59-57. Medical Eye, here's the ball. A shot put up by number 42, Tim Yantis, just in the ball game. Sheeler rebounds, pass out to Bunning. Bunning drives the ball up the court, puts up a shot from the free throw line, doesn't go. Uh-oh, here's Medical Eye on a breakaway. Oh, my goodness sakes, Medical Eye had a breakaway. They passed the ball up court to Yantis, driving down the left wing, and he got tangled up a little bit, double dribbled with the ball. Tough break for Medical Eye. Big point in the ball game right here. Emery and Sons inbounds. Bunning brings the ball up. They're really hurting at the guard position, but they're getting the job done right now without it. Burkholz to Sheeler. Sheeler underneath. Easy play. No! Sheeler lobbed the ball inside for Manning. Easy play under the bucket, and he tossed the ball off the glass over the rim. Didn't get it. And then in his disgust, he fouled the guy going for the rebound. Tough break right there. I thought it was an easy one. I counted that one. I had that 2 in the books for them. Maybe that's a sign that the big guy's starting to tire just a little bit. Didn't take good concentration on that shot. Well, anyway, here we are back to live action. Stevenson, oh, my goodness sakes, what? A steal in there by Burkholz, who stripped the ball from Stevenson, brings the ball up court all by himself all the way now, still dribbles way out in the right corner. Pass inside to Sheeler. Sheeler right back to Burkholz. Burkholz from the right side baseline, about 12 feet away, and he's got it. 61-57. My goodness sakes, this action is fast and furious tonight. 2:30 left in the ball game. Here's Yantis underneath. Back out to Dennis Stevenson off the front rim. No good. Henry rebounds. Von Weller in the ball game. They slow the ball down right now. I thought it looked like they had a breakaway there. But Von Weller wisely slowed the ball up. Here's Burkholz. Free throw line to the right side. Can't get it. Back out to Von Weller. Von Weller looks, stops, sets it up. Burkholz out right side. Just holds the ball. Now back to Von Weller. Von Weller over to Hendy. Hendy to Manning on the left side. Way outside. Manning whips the ball to Von Weller. Free throw line jumper. 2 just like that. Von Weller from the free throw line jumper. 63-57. Minute 50 left in third quarter. I think we got a timeout. Medical Eye. We'll be back here 60 seconds right after this commercial. Where are you going with all that beer? Oregon. Why are you bringing all that beer to Oregon?
Because Earl here says we got too much beer in California.
Well, don't you know that Oregon is the home of Blitz Weinhardt, specializing in Henry Weinhardt Special Reserve, and brewed with natural ingredients? Is your beer?
Is it, Earl?
Well, I think you boys ought to take that beer and turn right around and head right out of here.
You want to try Idaho, Earl?
Okay, this broadcast brought to you by Blitz Weinhardt. We're back to live action again. Medical Ice dropped one in here just as we started this segment of the broadcast and made the score 63-59. Emery and Sons has got the ball now. Von Weller's got it. He's quarterbacking the team out there. There's a lob pass inside for Sheeler. Sheeler makes it off the boards and in. Beautiful play by him. There's a good case of the driving penetration. Von Weller drove the lane, stopped for a little jumper, and everybody claps on him. He just passed off to Sheeler underneath, and he kissed the glass. Good play. Here's a shot by Stevenson. Doesn't go. Manning rips down the rebound, and he's playing with authority out there. He drops the ball off to Von Weller. Von Weller slows it up, brings the ball up court. Pass off to Manning. Manning out the left side, free throw line extended. Passes off to Sheeler. Sheeler. The ball game looks like it's getting kind of physical. Sheeler drops to Burkholz. Burkholz way out to the left side. Now drops it down to Manning on the baseline. Back to Burkholz. They're just holding the ball. Playing catch. Manning's got the ball way out to the left side. Von Weller way out the front. Von Weller back to Manning. No, they're just running the clock down. We're down to 15 seconds left in the third quarter. I think they're playing for one. There's a pass cross court to Von Weller. Von Weller free throw line. Just like that. That ball ripped in that 4-3 to Stevenson's. Mike Stevenson way outside, top of the key, doesn't go right at the end of the third quarter. And right there was a good play by the Emery boys. They worked the ball around and playing for that last shot. It paid off for him as Von Weller hit a nice little jumper from the free throw line to the right side, extended and put the ball game up, put them up by 8, 67-59, and we're going into the last quarter. It should be fast and furious here for the Stayton City Championships. Okay, we're ready for the tip-off in the fourth and final quarter here at Stayton's auditorium tonight. We've got the city championships on the line. Right now, Emery and Sons got an 8-point lead, 67-59. Sheeler goes against Mike Stevenson. Here's the toss. Sheeler gets a tip to Manning. Manning brings the ball in the front court. Keeps it, drives way down, left side, out to Von Weller now. Von Weller back to Burkholz. Burkholz top of the key. Manning, he's got the ball. He traveled. Archie Manning took a little stutter step looking for the basket. Millard Bates, as great official that he is, got him, called a traveling call. Tough break, big turnover right there. This could allow Medical Eye to get the momentum back in the ball game. Here's Amesbury, brings the ball up to Mike Stevenson. Stevenson inside to Coughlin. Coughlin can't score, tries to bounce pass inside to Mark Peters, and Mark Peters can't get it. Tipped out of bounds now by Sheeler. Medical Eye inbounds to Mike Stevenson. Mike Stevenson over to Mark Peters. Mark Peters lets one fly. Oh, way short. Nothing but air. Rebound Manning inbounds to up court to Von Weller. Manning feeds the ball around to Burkholz. Burkholz inside to Sheeler. Sheeler turns around, pivots. Oh, we got a whistle. He's called for hooking offensive. No way. Bad call in there by that. It looked like a bad call to me. And Sheeler didn't like it either. Here's Medical Eye. Long pass from Peters way across over to Kaufman. Kaufman drops it off for Drew. Drew can't hit it from about 8 feet out. And Burkholz hauls down another rebound. He drops the ball off to Von Weller. Von Weller's in the Cyclops, top of the key. Now he's being guarded by Mark Peters. Real tight. There's a pass to Burkholz. Burkholz at the free throw line. He can't shoot. Drop to Sheeler. Sheeler can't shoot. Quick pass inside to Hindi. Hindi can't hold on. Goes off his knee out of bounds. Tough break, and they're looking a little ragged right now. But Medical Eye hasn't scored either. Here's a pass to Mark Peters. Mark Peters drives all the way. Lays it up. Nobody stopped him. Nobody stopped him. He drove all the way and laid it up. That's Mark Peters. And now, well, they're saying he called him for an offensive foul. They're counting the bucket, and they're calling him for an offensive foul. Mark Peters. So Archie Manning stepped in front of him, took the charge, but the basket's good. So it's 67-61. We've got 8:30 left in the ballgame. Von Weller to Burkholz. Burkholz inside to Hindi. Hindi goes up. He goes up. He's fouled. No, what? What do we got? 3 in the key? I didn't catch the call. We got a timeout anyway. We'll be back here in 30 seconds. Yes, folks, we had a 3 in the key on that last call. Looked kind of controversial from here, but that's the way she goes. Okay, Medical Eye inbounds. Amesbury into Mark Peters. Peters brings the ball up court. Right side, Hendy's on him. Back to Amesbury, being guarded by Von Weller. Von Weller on Amesbury. Amesbury to Mike Stevenson. He puts up a shot, no good. Tipped out by Medical Eye. Mike Drew's got it, or Greg Drew, excuse me, big center in there. Mike Stevenson's trying to do it all right now. He's trying to do it all. He drives, free throw line. He's got to carry with the ball. Right now, it looks like Mike Stevenson's trying to do it all out there, and that could be hurting the Medical Eye. He tried to take that ball and forced it inside, and he got caught for a double dribble right there.
Yeah, that's one problem when you're down by 6 with only 8 minutes to go in the championship game. The people that got you there sometimes try to do it on their own in a big game.
Have a little tendency maybe to press. Right now, Emery and Sons got the ball. Burkholz way on the right side, baseline, puts up an 8-footer. That's his shot. Terry Burkholz very, very good with that 8 shot. 8 to 14 feet on that baseline. He gets a very high percentage of goals. When he's that wide open, you can just about kiss that baby in the hole. Here's Medical Eye. Turnaround lay-in by Mike Stevenson. Doesn't go. Greg Drews gets a rebound. He puts it up. No good. Manning rips down another rebound. Manning's played a whale of a ball game for being out of condition. He drops the ball off to Von Weller, and Von Weller brings the ball up court slowly. They're taking their time now. Here's a long pass inside to Sheeler. Sheeler turns around, feeds out to Burkholz. He blew it. He blew the lay-in. Burkholz. I can't believe that shot, folks. Sheeler took the ball, pivoted around like he was going to take the hook shot, dropped the ball off to Burkholz. Burkholz laid it up, missed it. Blew an easy lay-in right there, but got his own rebound, put it up again. He was fouled. So I'll tell you, things are looking like there's going to go right to the wire. There could be, it's anybody's ball game yet. 69-61. We got 7:18 left in the ball game. Burkholz will go to the line for 2 as he was fouled on that rebound. He was trying to turn around and put that ball back up again. Here's the first one. He's got it. 70-61. Now this is the biggest lead of the ball game. 9-point lead. Here's the second shot by Burkholz. Takes a big breath, puts it up. He's got another one. 71-61. They got him by 10 right here. Amesbury brings the ball up court. Stops, feeds off to Kaufman. Kaufman underneath. Here he goes. He's up. He's got it. Kaufman. Good turnaround move. Good power move underneath. Kaufman. They didn't want to foul in there. They didn't want to give him the 3-point play. 71-63 now. Von Weller brings the ball to his slide flops. Top of the key. He's handling it. He's running the show. He's being the quarterback out there. This is what they need. Von Weller feeds off to Burkholz. Burkholz lobs, almost stolen in there, but lobs it into Sheeler. Sheeler outlets back to Burkholz. Burkholz back to Von Weller. Von Weller at the top of the key. Now have to dish off to Sheeler. Sheeler out to the left. Over to Manning. Cross court pass. There's down low to Hindi. Back to Manning. Back to Hindi. Hindi up in the air. Up in the air. Wanted to pass off. Couldn't find his open man. He traveled with the ball. Tough call right there. 71-63. Medical Eye brings the ball up court. Now there was a break right there they needed. They were down by 8 right now. Here's Dennis Stevenson in the ball game. Haven't seen him for a while. He drives the baseline, puts up a lay-in, doesn't go. Tip in number 33, he doesn't get it. Manning got another rebound. Boy, he's got a handful of them. Here comes Burkholz, drives. There's a lot of action underneath, but no foul. There's a long pass down court. Long pass down court, aimed at number 44, Kaufman, and Von Weller ran in front of him. Fouls on Von Weller. Non-shooting foul, and I don't believe we're in the bonus situation yet.
Hate to sound like I'm elaborating on one point there, Dave, but there's 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Emery up by 8, but I don't think it's over yet. I think the conditioning is going to play a really big part in this game, and whether or not Medical Eye can come back like I think they can in this last 6 minutes to pull it out.
Well, it's getting very physical under there now, and the officials are letting them play. They've got the ball right now. Here's a pass from Dennis Stevenson inside to Kaufman. Kaufman's got that turnaround jumper from 4 feet, and he's got it. That Kaufman's got a good 4-foot turnaround jumper, a good power move, but he's a good leaper, and he's putting that ball in the hole right now for him. 65 for Medical Eye as they come within 6. We've got 5:40 left in the ball game. Here's one. Here's Von Weller into Hindy. Hindy at the free throw line wanted to take a turnaround jumper, and he's tied up there by McAllister, but they say they got him on the arm. McAllister got him on the arm, but he was passing off before the shot, so it will be out of bounds. McAllister, foul on McAllister. Here's nobody. Here's a inbound pass from Von Weller. Top of the key now. He drives. Von Weller stops, feeds off to Sheeler. Sheeler to Burkholz. Burkholz way outside. Tough shot. Can't hit it, but gets his own rebound down on the baseline now. Feeds back out to Manning. Manning to Von Weller, top of the key. Over to Sheeler to the right side. Back to Von Weller. Back to Burkholz on the left. They're just moving the ball around the circle. Here's Manning over on the right side. Back to Burkholz at the top of the key. They're just slowing it up. Now here comes Von Weller way out front. Guarded there by McAllister. He drops off to Hindy. Hindy over to Sheeler. Sheeler inside to Manning. Manning puts the ball up, and he's got an offensive foul. He pushed off underneath it. He doesn't like it. He's hot. He's walking down the court. He's not saying anything, but he's hot inside. Yes, Miller Bates called an offensive foul underneath on Manning. He said he pushed off, and boy, this ball game's starting to tighten up. Anybody's ball game. We've got 4:57 left. It's 71-65. Emery and Son leads it. McAllister brings the ball up court. Drives all the way, stops, feeds off to Dennis Stevenson. Tipped in there by Von Weller, but back to McAllister. That ball's tipped off to Mark Peters. He shoots one from way downtown. It doesn't go. Rebound in there, McAllister. McAllister back speeds to Dennis Stevenson. Free throw jumper doesn't go, but we've got a foul and a rebound in there. Kaufman, that young Negro in there, Kaufman, working hard on those boards, and he went over the basket on that one. Boy, they're trying hard in there right now, and that was generally Dennis Stevenson hit that jump shot from the free throw line. He's a high percentage shooter from that free throw line, but he missed that one. Maybe he's a little tight.
That was one of the keys of the game here in the last few minutes, but I also think they got to get his brother Mike in the game.
Here's a shot by Von Weller. Doesn't go. Rebound, Dennis Stevenson. Long pass to Kaufman. He lays it up. Doesn't go, but he's fouled. Purcell in the ball game, hustling back on defense. That ball went the full length of the court. Dennis Stevenson ripped down the rebound, threw the ball full length of the court to a breaking Kaufman, and Purcell hustling back, got him on the arm. That ball just about rolled in. If that would have been in there, and this would have been a 3-point ball game, it'd have been a little bit scary going down the stretch. Here we go. Kaufman's at the line for 2. The first one drops. No, it doesn't. Bounced off the rim and went out. No good. Here's the second one. Now we need this big one right here. Puts it up. It's short. Hits front rim. Bounces around. No good. Sheeler's got the rebound. Loses it underneath him. And number 41, Greg Drews got that ball. Tough Greg. Sheeler had that rebound. Fell down on the floor. Lost it. Drews right there. Picked it up and scored. 71-67. 6 straight now for Medical Eyes. Here's Purcell. Purcell drops off to Burkholz. We're down to 3:50 left in the ballgame. They pass outside to Sheeler. Burkholz from the baseline. That's a shot. Boom! Just like that. Terry Burkholz, oh my goodness, pressure-packed shot. Hits it from about 12 feet out on the left side, right on the baseline. My goodness, here's McAllister. 2, just like that. Back up the way, other side. McAllister, 73-69. They're down by 4 now. Here's a pass from Purcell to Von Weller. Von Weller brings the ball up. Feed off to Burkholz, way out in the right corner. They can't shoot this time. They're guarding him, picking him up a lot closer. Comes to the free throw line. Jumper. No good. Rebound. Purcell. Oh, my goodness sakes. Purcell had the rebound underneath, went up, and he's checked there. and we've got a jump ball. Oh my goodness sakes, that jump ball, Medical Eye controls. Mark Peters from downtown, quick outlet pass. Mark Peters hits one from the top of the key, and boy, we've got a ball game. 73-71. 3 minutes left in the ball game. Burkholz brings the ball up court. He's guarded there by Dennis Stevenson. 5-second counts on. It's off. Burkholz all the way. Burkholz driving the lane down the right side. Offensive foul, but they're going to count the bucket. He was going with that ball all the way to the hoop. He had his mind made up. He went around Dennis Stevenson and laid it up. No board. Dropped through, but he had to take the offensive foul. But they're going to count it.
Yeah, Terry Burkholz reminds me of a lot of guys in the NBA like Lloyd Freer, George Gervin, Fred Brown. They can all make or break in the last 2 minutes, and it looks like Terry Burkholz is going to make him tonight.
Yes, you could tell he wanted that basket very badly. He put his head down and went right to the bucket. Nobody was going to stop him there, and actually they're going to come the foul after the shot, and that'll put Tim Yantis on the line for 1-1. So here's the first one. It's up off the back rim, no good. Hindy in there scrambling with that young Kaufman, and we're going to have a jump ball. And that young Kaufman, he showed me something tonight. He's played a whale of a ball game, number 44, Kip Kaufman. Is jumping against Hindy right now. We've got 2:50 left in the ball game. 4-point lead for Emery. He gets his tip. Kaufman controls the tip. Mark Peters way outside. Hey, we got Mike Stevenson in the ball game. This is what we thought should have happened earlier. Here's Yantis. Back to Mark Peters, way out at the top of the key. Here's a pass over to Mike Stevenson now. Inside. Kaufman, turnaround jumper. No good. Tipped around. He's got his own rebound. Goes up again. No good again. Burkholz fights. Sheeler's got it. Sheeler comes out and, oh my goodness, is that a big rebound right there. Sheeler ripped that one down, and we needed that one right there. 2:19 left in the ball game. Von Weiler. Here's a pass to Sheeler. Sheeler give and go to Von Weiler, but he can't shoot. Back out to Purcell in the key. Free throw line, 2. Purcell, and oh my goodness, is that a big bucket here, folks. 77-71. Purcell just inside, 1 foot inside the free throw line. He canned that thing. Here's Mike Stevenson back the other way to Dennis Stevenson. Stevenson on the left side. Guarded heavily by Burkholz. Inside to Mike Stevenson. Turn around. Jumper doesn't go. Cup with the rebound. Goes back up. Sheeler's fouled him. And he doesn't like it. He's taking that long walk underneath the basket down there. And he didn't like it. He felt he had his hand right on top of the ball. And oh, he's a little bit upset. Now he's got trying to get control of himself. He realizes they're up by 6. Minute 53 left in the ball game. Doesn't want to get a technical or do something foolish here, so he cools himself off. And we've got a timeout. We'll be back right after this message. From the sky blue waters comes the beer refreshing atmosphere. Here we are, back to live action again. Kaufman goes to the line. Kaufman will be shooting 2 in there. First shot is up in the air. He's got it. 77-72. Minute 53 left in the ball game. Here comes the second one. Takes plenty of time. 4 or 5 dribbles. Stops. Takes a deep breath. Puts the ball up. It's in the air. It's off the rim. No good. Sheeler. Big board right there. Big full court pressure on right now. Sheeler to Burkholz. Burkholz brings ball up the court himself. Breaks the press. He's trapped. There's a steal. There's a steal right there. Bad pass by Burkholz. Number 41, Yantis stole that ball. Here's a long cross-court pass to Dennis Stevenson. Tipped away by Burkholz. And Stevenson, they're all standing under the basket. They feel he's fouled. Uh-oh, here's Hindy. Hindy outside to Burkholz. Burkholz doesn't shoot now.
Should see the delay game here, Dave.
Should spread it out right here. Von Weller dribbling the ball. He's handling. He's quarterbacking. Purcell way out front. This is the furthest. They are spreading it out. Here's a foul. Yes, they pass over to Hindy, and he's fouled by Mark Peters immediately, just like that. Millard Bates got him. He says, you got him, Mark, and Hindy will go to the line here for a... No, we're not in the bonus, he says. Millard says, no bonus yet, out of bounds. So they had a foul to give. Good foul to pick up there, 77-72. We've got a minute 17 left in the ball game. Burkholz. Oh, inbound pass to number 41, Yantis. No, excuse me, Greg Drew's in the ball game. He fouled Sheeler on the inbounds pass. So Sheeler will go to the line, and he'll have a 1-1. We've got a minute 16 left in the ball game. And Bunning reports into the ball game for Hending right now. And Is there been, maybe Bunny's been hurt? He hasn't played that much. Did you hear any pre-game talk about Bunny possibly having an injury tonight?
I think too much beer. Be getting a little chubby in his old days.
Well, this could be very well. He could be in the coach's doghouse. We don't know. We'll have to try to get a hold of him after the ball game. Sheeler missed the front end of a 1-on-1. Medicolai gets the rebound. Kaufman inside to Drews. Drews 3-foot jumper, 2. And oh my goodness, 78-74. We're down by 4. Here's a pass by Bunning, tipped out of bounds. That ball is headed for Purcell down the court, but that ball is tipped out of bounds. Bad pass by Bunning. Medicolai, they got full court pressure on now. Here's an inbound pass to Sheeler. Sheeler stops. He's got the ball, drops it back off to Bunning. Bunning being guarded there by Stevenson, Mike Stevenson. Here's Purcell, drives down the middle, lays it up. Lays it up, doesn't go, and he's called for charge. Oh my goodness sakes, folks, this ball game's not over yet. We've got 49 seconds left, 78-74. Offensive foul on Emery and Sons on a charge. After the shot, no less, it didn't go in, and number 41, Greg Drews, is at the line for 1-and-1. Oh my goodness, hold her here, folks.
Medicolai's got to get the ball back twice in 49 seconds. They didn't even tie up the ball game 3 times to win. I think they want to keep their eye open when Jim Shooter gets the ball. I think he's the one to foul out there.
The first foul shot by Drews is up and in, but he missed the second one. They get the rebound. But they put up a shot, doesn't go. Tipped out of bounds by Burkholz. Underneath Medicolai's own basket. They've got the ball, my goodness sakes. Here's Dennis Stevenson. Inbounds to Mike Stevenson. He's fighting. It's a lot of contact. The Drews, it's checked in there by Sheeler. Sheeler, my goodness, Drews went up for a shot. Sheeler checked. Oh, my goodness sakes alive. Von Weller picked up the loose ball. My goodness sakes, Von Weller picked up the loose ball, was driving down the left side for a lay-in, and Mike Stevenson came out of nowhere and just literally crammed that ball, and no foul. No foul. Oh my goodness. 78-75. 34 seconds left. Emery and Sons inbounds. Von Weller. Long pass out to Von Weller, to Burkholz. Burkholz to Von Weller. A lot of pressure. Von Weller drives all the way to Purcell. Purcell back out front to Bunning. Bunning way across court to Burkholz. Burkholz to Sheeler. Here's a foul right there.
Yeah, there's the man. It's the man they want to foul. I think he's shooting about 65% for the season.
Good foul take right there. As soon as that ball touched the hand of Sheeler, they fouled him. And this is the man they wanted to get the ball, and this is the guy they wanted to foul. 18 seconds left. 78-75. Sheeler's at the line for 2. Intentional foul, they said. Intentional foul. He'll get 2. Here's the first one. No good. Off the front rim. It's short. No good. This seems to be looking good for Medicolai. This is what they wanted. Sheeler needs this one for a 4-point cushion. He's got it! Oh my goodness, is that a big free throw? He needed to get to that 4-point cushion. That means Medicolai has got to get the ball at least twice now in the last 18 seconds. Their press has got them rattled just a little bit. I don't know, it might be a little bit late now. They should have maybe run this press a little earlier.
I think so. I don't know what the timeout situation. Do you have that timeout situation, Jim? Does Medicolai have any timeouts left?
Yeah, Medicolai has 2 timeouts left in this ball game. That could be a big factor if they make a quick bucket, intercept the inlet pass, and lay it up for another 2. That should tie the ball game up right there.
Plus, if they also can call a timeout too, so they could get somebody at the line and they could ice the free throw shooter at the line. Of course, our colleague Al McGuire, he likes that phrase, ice it. Here's a pass to Dennis Stevenson, short rebound. Mike Stevenson, no good. Oh my goodness sakes! Oh my goodness sakes! That young kid Kaufman got tremendous rebound, put it up, and just didn't go, rolled around the rim and dropped out. And then Sheeler and Dennis Stevenson each got a hand on the ball, and we've got a jump ball now. 8 seconds left. I think that should do it. That should do it. No, here's Mike Stevenson. He's fouled. 1 second elapsed off the clock. 2 seconds, excuse me. We're down to 6 seconds. Mike Stevenson, a hold. 44, Terry Burkholz got him. He looks over at the bench. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Right here, this could be crucial.
They could call it. If he hits the first one, they could call a timeout and try to ice him at the line.
Good strategy. Here it is, 1-1. Mike Stevens, his first shot. It's in. No timeout.
No, they're not going to do it. I think they're going to gamble that he makes this and they foul before his second can take off on the inbound pass.
Here's the second shot, right through. There's the timeout. There's the timeout. Okay, we'll be back following this message.
Say there, are you a builder for Stambach Construction?
Yes, I am, sir.
I've got a driveway. I'm building a house. I've got a driveway I'd like to put. I'd like to know some reputable concrete crew that might be able to put in a driveway.
Oh, without a doubt, you need to get the Emery and Sons Construction boys. It's a tremendous group of fellas, and they're excellent at laying concrete. For the best in Stayton, you want to contact Emery and Sons. Back to live action again. Emery is going to inbound the ball. Inbounds to Purcell. He's fouled. Purcell will go to the line. 1 second elapsed off the clock. 79-77. 5 seconds left. Purcell for a 1-and-1. It's up. No good. Rebound. My goodness sakes, folks. 4 seconds left in the ball game. Rebounded in there by number 41, Greg Drews, and Medical Eye called timeout. We've got 4 seconds left in the ball game. 79-77. Medical Eye's got the ball, and it's anybody's ball game yet, Jim.
Yeah, that was a good, smart play by Medical Eye, calling that timeout right there. They'll get the ball about a quarter of the way up the court, and that'll save a few seconds to get the ball up the court. Maybe with that few seconds they save, maybe they can tie this ball game up.
Let's try to set up this play, Dave, for the fans. It's going to happen so fast. We've only got 4 seconds to go. I believe they're going to try to set a pick for Mike Stevens, and he'll have to let one fly from 30 to even get it.
We're going to try to call it for you as it happens. We expect it to be fast and furious. Here they go. Mark Peters inbounds. Right underneath the basket to Mike Stevenson to Mark Peters. He's way outside. He lets it go. Oh, my goodness sakes. He let it go, but it didn't. It was just short. My goodness sakes. He shot one from about 25 at the buzzer. The buzzer sounded. The ball was in the air at the buzzer. It hit the front of the rim and just dropped off. My goodness sakes. It looked like they could have. That ball might have been on its way through. It was hard telling. But Greg, give me a quick rundown of what you thought was the key to their success tonight.
Before we go into that, I think we ought to look out to the center of the floor. Look at those Emery Construction players. They are going wild like a bunch of little junior high kids that have just won their first game.
There it is, the 1980 Stayton City League champions. They're just going ecstatic out there.
Now the family members have joined them on the floor. Isn't it a beautiful
Oh, what a sight down there. This is a once in a lifetime. They're jumping up and down. They're hugging each other. They're clapping each other's hands. They've got their fingers up in the air. They're saying, we're number one. This is just tremendous. It's one of the most exciting moments in sports history. Look at the young man Archie. He had a good game down there. He's just jumping up and down, clapping his hands. He's ecstatic out there.
He wanted this one so bad for his father-in-law. He's got tears in his eyes.
That's right. Let me reiterate just what we talked about a minute ago. If you need some good concrete work, here's a good fine bunch of people for you to do it. Emery and Sons Concrete. And now we're going to go down on the floor for the presentation of this trophy. Here we are down on the main floor. We're getting the presentation of the trophies. Wilco, third place finisher, now second.
Every game has been just this close. This is Medical Eye's.
There's the presentation of Medical Eye for the second place trophy. What a whale of a ball game they played tonight. Here we go for the championship. Here it is, the champions of the Stayton City League.
For all the team members, this is to that perennial team who's been in the league since the league has been formed. They're always here in the playoffs. Anyway, Emery and Sons.
There they are. They're going wild down here, folks. They're jumping up and down. There's Archie Manning goes out and receives the trophy. Tremendous ball game. They're so happy here in Stayton, folks.
That's yeah, we can say we're going to quit. Keep one for Dorsey too, okay, Mike? Okay.
Oh. Oh, okay. That's fine. Thanks, Mike. Good job, Mike. Take one. You guys worked on it. Anyone. Who else worked that day?
Well, here we are down on the floor trying to get a word in with some of the Emery and Sons players. They're being mobbed, but we're going to try to get in here. Here's Archie. Archie! Well of a ball game, buddy. What do you give me some impressions quickly?
Oh, they fought a tough game.
They're an excellent team.
They're an excellent
You
team.
can't say that going down to the wire when you only had them by 2 points, 4 seconds left in the ball game. What was your feeling when they took that last shot? It looked awful good from our vantage point.
I had to stop and clean out my shorts.
It was awful. Here's Von Weller over here. We want to get a word. Von Weller, we thought right there down to the end, our colleagues up in the bench, we thought the key to the game right at the end was your quarterback and the team. You took the ball. They lacked the leadership early in the ball game, but down towards the end, you settled them down. You passed the ball around. What did the coach tell you to come in and do that, or did you take that upon yourself?
I thought the key was when I got checked.
Oh my goodness, yes, that was. We couldn't believe it up there with the fans went wild. But anyway, well in the ball game. We want to get some of the other ball players. Everybody get a word. Here's Bunny. Bunny, give us a good. Here's Doug Bunny, one of the good clutch players down the stretch. Doug had a tough first half. Came out shooting 0 for 7 on his first 7 shots. But later on in the ball game, he hit 3 in a row, come down. I think that could have been a big spark right there. How do you feel, Doug?
Thirsty.
Thirsty. He's ready to hit it. Okay, we got. Oh, here's Purcell over here. Purcell. Well, no. We got to get a word here. Excellent ball game. You held them right in there all the way. What do you got to say about your teammates?
Oh, they're great. They're great.
Great. Terry, Pressure, Mr. Pressure.
Liquor out the house, everybody.
Mr. Pressure, we've got to have a word.
Oh, you guys are coming.
Our colleagues up in the bench. We thought going down the stretch.
All I can say is I got to hand it to Arch. He's not a very good coach, but he sure has poise.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm sure he's going to appreciate that. Have we got everybody? Oh, no, here's the big match.
And I want to thank Bucky.
Oh, you bet, buddy. And here's the big man, Sheeler. A whale of a job. We couldn't count enough rebounds for you. I think you had around 16, 17 boards for the ball game. Little bit lacking on the shooting touch tonight, but Purcell and Bunning in the second half, and of course Burkholz, and we got a beautiful performance out of Manning, even though he hasn't played all year. Kimmy, just wrap it up real quickly. We're running out of time. Tell me what you think.
Well, I think the guys really played clutch ball there in the end and hung on. I know myself personally, I didn't have a real good game, but I gave 100%. Did what I could do, and all the other guys, luckily, they were on. So we pulled it through.
You bet. Doug Bunning right there at the end.
That's
0
right.
for 7 in the first half. Came down, hit 3 for 3.
That's right.
Excellent game. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
winning the
Thank you.
state championship. Okay.
I'm also glad that Buckendorf came tonight, too.
You bet. And he did a well of a job.
Heidi wasn't bad either.
Heidi did a well of a job. Well, folks, from Stayton's auditorium tonight, it's Emery and Sons. Final score, once again, 79-77. Emery and Sons, the 1980 championship. And Greg, just quickly, one last comment. Is your impressions of this Emery and Sons team as we wrap up the season here?
I think they have a lot of guts. They're definitely. The other team had quite a bit more.
Yeah, some of the team members are giving us a bad time here while we're trying to do this, but
Trying to pour. They got champagne going over my shoulder.
everybody's
my head.
ecstatic around here. Yes, we understand. Excellent, Jimmy. One last word from you, buddy. What do you think your impression of this Emery team?
I think Emery and Son showed a lot of guts down there at the end of this ball game, and I think for that 85% out of Arch, I think we got a full 110% out of that Manning. Big
Good,
forward.
probably was the key factor going down the ball game. Well, let me say this is on our last broadcast here. It's been great working with you, Mr. Wright. It's been a pleasure, Greg. We've done how many broadcasts now this year? I don't know. We've done many broadcasts, and I'm sad to see the season end. It's been a long season, but rewarding, experiencing for all of us. We've learned. Let me say right now, I appreciate your working with us, Greg, and I want to thank you for the time that you spent, and really appreciate that. And Jim, appreciate you working with us here. So for the season also, you've done a tremendous job with the stats, and we didn't even have time to get in those second half stats to the viewers and the listeners, but well, just everything came so fast at the end that we just didn't have time to get it. But the ball players were just ecstatic out there on the floor, and so from Stayton City Gym, it's so long until 1981.
Who got it?